Hey guys, welcome to the Happy Despair Dota channel. Today I have for you a replay of me playing Invoker against a Huskar mid. We'll focus on the laning phase in the first 10 minutes of the match because this is what most Huskar versus anything matchups look like. I would like to tell you a few things about the matchup before we begin. The first thing you need to understand when you go to a lane against a Huskar or any other hero that is like a Trump pick or something that like demolishes a lane is that your main mindset is not to win the lane. You're not going to win the lane. You're going to survive it, or you're going to make sure it doesn't go as bad as it should. And my main thought process is, yes, I'm going to be heavily pressured in lane. I'm not going to have a good time. But if I manage to get my tower up and alive in 10 minutes, and if I manage to make sure the enemy doesn't go out of control, then I've done my part. And this is how the matchup should look like. Anyway, some commentary now for the game itself. Standard stuff in Invoker, begin few Sunstrike spam for free. You try to get the block as much as you can. The main issue with the blocking against the Huskar is that he has a short attack range, so you want to abuse it, but you don't want to trade with him. Like I know for a fact that if I'll try to trade with him early is pretty okay, but level 2-3 is already like impossible to trade with. It'll make sure you try to manage the distance. This is what I'm trying to do. I make one range creep go forward so I can get the deny and the block equilibrium on my side. I already know the wave will push, so I'll have at least some CS. I'm doing my best to deny. This is a cute little play when you see this situation when you have 2 creep. If you manage to get the both creep like relatively low, you can make it so he misses them both by playing with their HP. I'll recap it with a bit of a slow motion. From this situation, I know I'm not going to get the last hit without him attempting to deny. So I see the HP and I decide to deny them both. The way I do it is I click one of them who's relatively low, and then I click the other one who's relatively low. Even if he'll get 1 CS, it will cost him another. And this is how he misses one, and the creep will kill the other one, and he misses both. The lane continued pretty static, like I'm going to fast forward it a bit. You can see that farm-wise, he's doing what Huskar does. This is some last hits on the tower. Takes some practice, but if you get 2 out of 3, it's really great. I think I got 2 because the tower got an unlucky high damage hit, but the Force Spirit is how you can keep in lane, try to get some last hit, Rune Scouts, and try to get something out of lane. It's also something that the Huskar needs to focus, because when that hits him, it does hurt him, and you get some time to do other stuff. Managing distance is crucial. I get 2 clicks, he gets 1. So you need to do it in order to win the lane. A lot of high MMR players will try to pull the creep wave. I'm not as skilled apparently, because pulling the creep wave here means I get like 2 or 3 ticks, and it's something I don't want to do. In this matchup, it's pretty better. It's much better to get like most people will take another point into Quas to make sure the sustain is higher, but I opt to having 2 points in Exhort earlier, because from my perspective, I rather try to get some last hits and manage distance than trade heavily. Okay, so pretty standard stuff from here. And the matchup should look pretty standard. Level 3 or 4, he gets the kill potential, so you try to be as passive without losing too much. I'm fast forwarding because nothing really interesting happens. I'm trying to snipe a Sunstrike, but there is not really anything coming to play. And this is where things get really bad. I will show you in a moment. This is where things get pretty bad. The Huskar will get level 5 probably from this wave, and I'm still level 3, and the wave will push to my tower. This is where usually Huskar might try to go for a kill, and you need to be able to manage the distance. If you don't manage the distance properly, like 2 ticks is already too much. And we get a kill top with my Sunstrike helping. It's not bad, but you see, this is the kill threat. Like, he's level 5. My only mindset is to make sure he doesn't kill me here. And now I'm already communicating with my support, and this is really crucial. If you don't communicate with the support to rotate when the Huskar is level 6, he'll probably die for free. Maybe I'll play him a bit and live, but then he has the lane for like a minute until you regen. it's not an option to not have a rotation mid to help you in that stage. And if you're not gonna have a rotation, you need to be a hero that can deep push really fast, go jungle rotate or something like that. It's not something that's really doable. I think I deny it. Yeah, don't want to waste time. Maybe not a smart decision, but my thought process was don't want to waste time, don't want to have the pudge or anything, get it from behind. This is where the play will begin. You see the Huskar is already posturing up aggressively. He knows he's going to reach 6 really soon, this wave or the next. So he's already posturing up. I'm trying to get as much as I can. One last hit here, one last hit there. Managing the distance is the only way. And this is where the play begins, I believe. One moment. Yeah. Huskar is 6 and I'm 5. He's definitely the kill threat. I definitely need to watch out. I'm trying to manage my distance best. The spell I have invoked is Cold Snap and Sunstrike. My perspective is maybe I get him killed if he jumps me out of position. And he's half HP, so most people will be like, he's weak or he's weaker. This is what happens here. I get hooked by the pudge from the left. Pretty good rotation, I didn't notice he's missing off the map. And Lion was already rotating mid because I told him I'm about to be ganked. This is the kill threat. Hook unfortunate, but the moment this happens, I already realized that I need to sunstrike myself because the Huskar will jump. And we get at least a return kill. Almost 2 return kills. I feel that if Lion managed distance a bit better, would have had 2. But it's not that important because every time you kill the Huskar like that, it means your tower is safe. It means he doesn't get much further ahead. If you die first, it's unfortunate with the XP, but the dying second is quite okay. Once I spawn, and you can see with my items, I get a ward for the Lion so he can get the best vision out of the lane, so I have some more survivability. Get some last hits. I'm opting for the treads. This is an unfortunate moment where I thought the pudge was making the same play again. Obviously not the case since it's an illusion, but I already communicated that we need to kill him, not make sure he does it again. The line rotates, we initiate with Sunstrike Sound. Perfect combo of uselessness. But this is quite nice. I believe the Huskar was like, hey, Invoker wasted 2 spells. He doesn't have anything invoked. I can kill him. He goes for it. I immediately Ice Wall because this is how he's 100% dead. Why is he 100% dead? Let's talk about the situation for a bit. He's 100% dead because the moment he goes for it, the moment he goes for the jump, look at his position. He's inside a creep wave, a full creep wave, 2 range creeps, and inside the tower range. There's a Lion who can disable him for like a second. And there is me who can prevent him from running. Now he has some HP items, but he's pretty low armor, like 2 armor is nothing. And the creeps and the right clicks will wear him down. So the moment he gets it, Ice Wall. And this is where I want to discuss thought process. Of course, going for the kill is the nice play. But if you notice his regen, he has a stick, a fairy fire, and he will be low for a bit. So if I disengaged here, 50% he dies anyway, 50% he lives. If he tries to be greedy and go for the line, he's 100% dead. But I decided to stay to click him to make sure he dies, but it cost me. Because look, he's already like out of HP. Like he would be dead like another click from Lion and some of the creeps, and if it doesn't pop the regen, even better. But I decided to trade, and once you trade with a Huskar who's that low, he gets like 4 ticks. He gets 4 ticks and 1 tick. So 5 burning spears, 277 HP, I am dead. It's unfortunate. I go try to use the regen as fast as I can, but it doesn't matter. And this is usually how the matchup goes. You will die against the Huskar, even if you kill him. But the fact is that he's not snowballing, and you get some time to get another piece of item, another something that makes you a bit stronger in lane. And also, make sure your support gets like free XP. No XP was lost here, so it's not a big deal. There will be one more play in the laning phase, and I believe that wraps it up. In this laning phase, you see Huskar returning, standard stuff, but this time I'm already level 6, he's level 7, not such a big deal. From a skill build perspective, I went for free. It's not a smart play, I should have gone another point in Wex, but I did it because it was like autopiloting a bit. And from here, you see the mindset is the same. You manage the distance, and once the distance is managed, if he goes for a stupid play, you ice wall him and Sunstrike. I dodged the hook. This is a bit of a misplay for my part, but it didn't matter. Once I dodge the hook, the Huskar jumps. I have the line close by, also communicating with him. They're gonna go for it. They have to, because Huskar is one-dimensional in that perspective. If Pudge managed the fog a bit better, I wouldn't have seen him, but I did. I dodge it, and once he jumps, this is basically the simple play. I ice wall, I miss. It's still gonna clip him a bit, but not a good hit. Line will stun him. I'll have 100% Sunstrike because of the stun duration and snap. And basically, I know he's going to die. A few hits. This is where he got like super lucky. He got like a 40 HP and everything, and he lived with like one hit, and we threw the uphill, and he died, but I died for it. Also unfortunate, but as I mentioned, as long as you die, he dies first, he doesn't get the XP, can't push the tower, and if you have the support in lane, you miss nothing. I believe that this wraps up the laning phase from the general perspective. I would say that it looks bad now, but if we wait like 2 more minutes, let's see. I'm gonna push it for another 2 minutes. I didn't get any big kills or anything interesting. I do believe I kill him one more time. Let's see. Line is babysitting because we see the Pudge and our carry doesn't need him. And once you see it like now, things are not looking great in terms of net worth. But considering this is a lane where Huskar dominates and Invoker loses heavily, being 1k behind is not that bad. And it will shrink and shrink and shrink because Invoker farming speed is much greater than the Huskar. Okay, so just to recap what we saw here, I showed you a match where Huskar did Huskar things and I played an Invoker, which is not the best hero to counter the Huskar, not the worst as well. Usually the matchup is, as I mentioned, you need to manage your distance, make sure he doesn't get out of control, call for rotation when he gets the power spikes when he goes for the kill. And if your tower stands after like 7-8 minutes, you've already done most of your parts. Playing against a Huskar or any other heavy tempo hero means that your main objective in lane, if you're the one who is tanking the Huskar, so to speak, is to make sure he doesn't get out of control and make sure you don't ruin the game of everyone else just by losing your lane that heavy. For the contrary, if I played a bit differently, like a standard Invoker, going heavy for kills, trying to be more aggressive, and I failed, usually 8 to 9 minutes you don't have a tower, 10-12 minutes the Huskar has 4 or 5 levels ahead of your cores, and he just runs with the team to one of the lanes, and then it gets really difficult to stop that push. Huskar and a lot of other heroes like that on mid or in general are heroes that if you kill them once or twice at the early levels, they really get like stopped, because if you kill a Huskar and any other one-dimensional hero, like let's say you kill an Axe while he's rushing Blink, or you kill a Huskar, or you kill the EM before he gets to Battle Fury, each one of those momentum swings where you kill them before they do something is 2 or 3 minutes of time to give to your team. And usually, like Dota is a game of balance. If they're really good early or really good mid, and you kill them at that stage, then they're really lost 50-60% of their hero advantage, and this is how you win. Thank you guys for watching. Of course, if you have any comments or anything you want to add, feel free to add the comments. This is my first video, so I'm not the greatest quality, but I'm sure it will improve over time. I hope you like it, and see you next time.